Welcome back. A lot of Orioles fans were disappointed when fan favorite Matt Wieters signed with the Washington Nationals. But with Wellington Castillo on the roster, people need to understand that made Wieters expendable. Castillo's not the only new name on the Orioles roster. Haley standing by with more.
Thanks, Trey. And to comfort those fans at home who are sad about Wieters going, hey, we got the Battle of the Beltways, so you'll still see him a couple times a year. Now we welcome in Rich Dubroff of CSN Mid-Atlantic to talk some Orioles. Rich is down in sunny Sarasota. I'm not jealous or anything for spring training. Rich, the Orioles lineup was dangerous last season, loaded with power, which fueled them into October. How big of a factor do you think power is going to be this season?
Well, Haley, you know, the top 5 home run hitters from last year are all back this year. Mark Trumbo, Manny Machado, Chris Davis, Adam Jones, Jonathan Scope. They accounted for 177 of the Orioles' home runs last year. You know, the Orioles signed Wellington Castillo, who has good power to replace Wieters behind the plate. And they also have Seth Smith, who had 16 home runs for Seattle last year. So I think that while the Orioles would love to get better on-base percentage, I think that this team is going to be, again, a power-first team.
And talking about that Wieters deal with the Nationals, the Orioles had so much faith in Wieters, and he really did put up some good numbers. He was a 2016 All-Star for the 4th consecutive season. What do you think he meant to the Orioles franchise? Matt
Wieters was arguably the best catcher in Orioles history, or if not the best, one of the best 2 or 3. And I think he was an underrated part of the ball club. He never lived up to the hype of when the Orioles drafted him in 2007. I don't know that anyone could, but you know, he was an important part of the Orioles, important part of developing their young pitchers and of their winning culture. And I think that he'll do an excellent job for the Nats. The Nats have a terrific pitching staff. I think he'll work very, very well with them. And, you know, he'll be an offensive threat as well. So I think it's a terrific sign for the Nationals.
Now, speaking of pitching staffs, just about all of Orioles Nation went crazy when Chris Tillman, it was announced that he wouldn't be the opening day starter. He got that injection in his shoulder. That's a very nebulous injury. You never know what's going to happen. What do you think? How do you think the starting rotation is looking so far in spring training?
Early indications are that you know, he'll be able to pitch in a few weeks. The Orioles have set a March 17th date for him to get on the mound, and while he won't start opening day, they're hopeful that he won't miss very much time. They think that things are going well, and you know, he's going to be a real key for the Orioles this year. Chris Tillman, Dylan Bundy, and Kevin Gausman all have to pitch well for the Orioles to have success in 2017.
Rich, thank you so much. Enjoy sunny Florida. We'll be sure to check in with you in Sarasota in a couple weeks. Now, that's it for baseball for now, but when we come back, we got what you came for. That's right, it's time for our Plays of the Week. Don't go anywhere.
Nasir Tucker. I wrestle for Mardella Middle and High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.